Noah Rogers, mate, congratulations on completing a really successful 2017 Rookie Me Junior Academy. It can't go unnoticed, mate. The commitment and the sacrifice that all of our athletes show, in coming along to these events every school holidays. But mate, for you specifically to commit to every event this year, it's a real testament to your character, and one that you should take a lot of pride in, and also a lot of confidence out of, because especially at the junior age, it's a lot trickier and a lot harder to commit your mind, and your maturities are at different levels, your interests are at different levels, and things are starting to pop into your life that take your interests, and the fact that you guys all commit, and as I said, for you to commit to every program, it's inspiring to me, mate. I think back to when I was your age, and there is absolutely zero chance that I would have been challenging myself to put myself into confronting situations and confronting environments. So we realise our environment is challenging, but like yourself, mate, you embrace every challenge that we throw at you, and you embrace it with a massive smile on your face, and almost like you're laughing at us as we're doing it. So, but mate, first and foremost, well done. Mate, as your head coach, I want to take you through a little bit of a review, I guess, on the year. It's important at your age that you really try and understand exactly the education that we've learned throughout the year, because at a junior level, it's important that you guys have a solid base of education and understanding of the key areas of each of the three subjects that we look at, so our skills, our high performance, and our leadership. And if you've got a solid base on each of these, then over the next years to come in your development, you'll be able to build upon those really, really effectively. Okay, so I've had a chance to sit down with each of our coaches. So Chris with his skills, Darcy with high performance, and Dan with the leadership. And we've identified a few key areas that we want you to take away. Again, making sure you understand each of the areas that we talked about, but taking them away into the off season, but then also looking forward to next year. Okay, so I'll just quickly go review. So I spoke with Pendles first, and we obviously looked into the skills within the academy. Reviewing the skills is obviously the most important aspect of your development at this stage. So skills are something that you can never do too much of. The fundamental skills is obviously the execution of the skills that you go through. The game sense is more about in your mind and how you see the game, and then the combat is the physical side. So if we break each of these down, the fundamental skills, again, focusing around kicking, ball handling, and handballing. And I recommend you get online, download the Fun 550 documents, the breakdown of some of the skills or drills you can do for each of the areas of the skills. But you can never do too many skills. Grab a footy, have it in your hands 24/7 between now and the start of next year. Your focus needs to be to become the most skilled player in your team prior to the start of next season. It's something that you will do throughout your whole footy career, and I can't emphasise it enough. You'll probably get sick of us saying it by the time you're done. But that's from fundamental skills point of view. From a game sense point of view, again, this is above the shoulders. So the way you understand the game. So 3 phases of the game: we have it, they have it, it's in dispute. Really need you to start getting a great understanding of what each of these phases are, and the importance of each one. So when I talk about building a base of education at your age, it's all about this sort of stuff. So understanding that these are the phases. The next few years that we go through your game sense education, we'll start to really build upon these 3 areas and these 3 phases of the game. From a positional point of view, I challenge you to look on the field and really start to identify other positions you can play. The players who have a lot of variety in their game become the most valuable. Okay, so really looking to see how you can add another string to your bow by playing other positions. Combat skills, at your age, it's all about technique. It's not about throwing yourself in there, because it's likely you'll get injured if you're going with the wrong technique. But we looked at tackling, shepherding, smothering, repeat efforts, and just looking to make sure you're protecting yourself when it comes to the physical side of the game. Okay. From a high performance point of view, I sat with Darcy, and we're really excited about a few aspects of our high performance, and just building on education for you at your age. From a combine testing point of view, you know, exposing you to the testing, putting you through the sprint, the agility, the vertical, you know, using those intricate and specifics of each of the tests to help you develop as you get older are going to be really, really important. So to expose you at such a young age it's a really positive thing from our point of view. And then I guess the next thing is that we really want to challenge you is about using the numbers, and I'll go through it in a minute with the website, but I'll really explain how we can use the numbers to the best of our abilities on the website, but really starting to understand what these numbers mean and what we want to try and reach. And it's such an important one with your physical conditioning, because it's such a big part of footy, is how well tuned you are as an athlete as well. That's why we're so excited about that side of it. The Rookie Me warm-up, just reverting back to that education we went through the movement, mobility and footy. So just adding these things prior to any activity, so whether you're playing or training, just adding some key things around some movements or some actions that you're going to be going through when you play. So whether it's ground balls or it's, you know, overhead marking, or, you know, running side to side, changing direction, you know, doing movements that are going to relate to the way you play, you know, it's going to help you prepare best to play. Recovery, remembering, you know, we're going to the beach, we're doing stretching sessions. There's documents online around stretching, so if you want to make sure you download that and have the stretching session there, so you can continually look to get more flexible and recover better through those techniques. It's another really important part of your high performance and making sure your body's prepared. And then nutrition. The thing for you guys at your age is, you know, healthy choices is the main thing. And look, I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that you need to be, you know, measuring your food or counting calories or anything like that. There's no way in the world I want you to be thinking like that. It's just more about setting good habits and making a few little choices. So as you can see in the picture, you know, if you've got a choice between water and soft drink, just make those choices, those smart choices. And as I said, it's all about just setting good habits. And then from a leadership point of view, sitting with Dan, the two areas that we looked at were the goal setting and the trademarking. So goal setting, you know, you've continually got the documents online to get on there, download the goal setting document and go through that. And between now and the end of the season, the start of next year, it's not about necessarily about your on-field stuff, but it can be just anything. But we just want to keep you consistently setting good habits. So whether it's walking the dog twice a week, or it's making your bed every day, or it is getting up doing your fundamental 550 twice a week, whatever. Set some goals, tick them off. You know, keep the habits of ticking off your goals. All right, it's a really important one. And then looking at your trademark. So the other side of leadership is, you know, trying to stand for something. So when you progress and get to our elite level, you know, we really have a high emphasis on, you know, standing for what you say you're going to be. And these words are what we wanted to try and effectively have as a focus for our junior group at camps. And, you know, we're always super enthusiastic, we're supportive of each other, and we're really respectful, whether it's of coaches or of venues. But for you specifically, mate, look, aim to continually challenge yourself, put yourself in situations that feel a little bit awkward, you know, ask questions, stand up in front of a whole group and, you know, make a speech. You know, really challenge yourself to keep putting yourself out there. And as I said before, it's already a great testament to your character that you're turning up to events like this. But, you know, continually challenge yourself to keep going with that. All right. Looking at the online system, I really want to make sure that you understand the power that the system has and the abilities that you do have, you know, when gaining these numbers. Now, I'll look at my profile and just as an example. So, you know, right here I've got my numbers on the system, and the beauty of this is whether or not you come to a Rookie Me event or you know, you're testing at school, you can put these numbers in all year. And what those numbers do, if you consistently put them in, is it starts to build you a bit of a graph of, you know, of progression, and to see exactly where you're at, and whether that's your ability score or it's a 20-meter sprint or whatever. That's where you can get the most benefit out of consistently putting numbers in. And I guess what the Rookie Me system's known for is the rookie list. This is where you can compare yourself against. If you look here, there's 151 pages of around 20 per page. So there's thousands and thousands of people that you can compare against from all over the country, different states, different playing positions. You can really start to grasp what levels you're at and what levels you want to try and reach. Okay, so for me, if I compare myself a ruckman, I can look at any of the groups that I'm in, so any of the teams I play for, anyone who's following me, I'll click everyone, and any of the tests that I want to look at, 20 meter sprint agility, again I'll go ability. And if I click that and I filter that, it starts to paint a picture that's relevant to me. So here I've got all the ruckmen in the system. There's around 120 to 150 ruckmen on the system, so I can look here and I see I'm ranked number 3. So from here I can go over here and start to compare. I look at this, and Jordan Smith's in our Elite Academy along with Josh Hicks. Click those guys, click onto compare. Then all of a sudden I'm using that data and I'm actually starting to really see where my numbers stack up against guys that I'm competing against, or I'm chasing down. So it's a really cool tool, and as I said, you can see what teams they play for, the ages they are, and you can really start to grasp that. And I guess the cool thing about Rookie Me is that we've been lucky enough in the last couple of years to have some guys that have been using the system be drafted, or having AFL players. So you literally could sit here on draft night, and anyone who gets drafted, you can literally log in and see if they're on the system, and you can start comparing against guys that are being drafted as they go. So here, Matty Cruz is obviously one of the premier ruckmen in the AFL. I can chuck him in, and I can start to see some numbers. So it's a really cool tool that it's important that you understand how you can access it. Something else really cool is the news page. So you obviously love your footy. So here's somewhere that it's got great little stories that have we've got some great writers that get on and write some really in-depth stories for us, and make sure you get on there and check that out as well. I guess the other main thing being the Rookie Me Junior Academy page. This is where information throughout the year we talk, but mainly going through to the club room and downloading these documents and getting the most out of the system that you possibly can. It's a really critical part of our program, and to make sure that you're getting the most out of it. Just a reminder there to get on and do that. So and you'll notice in the email that we sent through, there was a few links on there that are important that I go through. So looking at the Rookie Me Parents page, so making sure you pass on to mum and dad this page, this closed group that we've created on Facebook. It's an initiative that we threw up this year as a way for parents to be supported by each other, but also by us. So easily communicate and contact with us, and parents get on there and show how their kids are developing and progressing, and playing 150 games and all that sort of stuff. So it's a really cool addition to what we've done. And so make sure mum and dad, all you got to do is go to the Rookie Me page, get on there, you go down, you'll click on it, send through a link, the admin at Rookie Me will accept you, and you'll be a part of the group. So it's a really cool addition, so make sure you pass that on to mum and dad. And then the final one was the refer a friend. At Rookie Me, we're really keen to find like-minded athletes, and for you who know the challenges of Rookie Me, the commitment, the fun, the education that we try to teach. We want to give you the chance to refer on some friends that are just as keen as you, but also get a benefit from it. So as soon as you sign up to next year's academy, you'll be sent an email with all the information in it, but you'll have the opportunity to send through a refer to some friends and give them a discount straight away. So you give them a 5% discount on the academy straight away, plus you'll receive 5% reimbursed back to you, up to 50%. So the more athletes you refer, the more reimbursement you get, and the more discount you get. So it's a cool opportunity, and something that we wanted. I just wanted to make sure that, again, you understand and you can be across that. So look, mate, to wrap up, as a coach, all I look for whenever I work with young kids is two main factors. One is a genuine love and an interest in the game, and at this junior age, that's probably the most fulfilled. Everyone is in love with the game. Everyone loves it, has an amazing passion for the game. But then to marry that up with a really, really big thirst for wanting to get better and wanting to learn and wanting to understand more about the game. I think when you have those two elements, you're on the right path as a junior footballer. And mate, I think you bring those two in abundance. You turn up, you're extremely respectful, extremely coachable. Around teammates, you're inclusive, respectful to whether it's staff or other athletes. It's that's a really big part of it. But then, mate, in the classroom, you're hands up, you're asking questions, you're writing notes. And having those two is quite a rare trait at your age. So, mate, to keep these as strengths of your progression, your development is a really important part. So make sure that you keep these two married along the journey. If it starts to get like a job and you're not enjoying it as much, you've got to make sure you keep enjoying it, but then keep learning along the way. Okay, mate, there's good challenges coming your way next year as you progress up to the pro age group. But I'm actually really excited to see you in that environment, mate, because your footy is at a really, really high level. You're athletic, you're quick, you're really, really smart with the ball in your hands. You're neat with the ball. You're not the biggest kid, but geez, you don't take a backward step when it comes to impacting the game. You win your own footy, you dart through the packs, then you hit targets. I remember a couple of times throughout the program, but July really stuck out to me where you really came into your own, where you were essentially dominating the games that we were playing. So mate, fantastic. Been really proud of that. If there is one area, and I mentioned it before in terms of that character development, it's just continually building upon that confidence. And I know being in an environment like this can be daunting, and I've seen great progression from you as the year's gone on, but just continually challenging yourself to come out of your shell, continually challenging yourself to, you've always got great things to say, just so continually challenging yourself to make sure that you say them. And mate, you can never do too much skill, and I said it before, but always having a ball in your hands, and there's nothing stopping you from doing stuff like this for 10 minutes every day, and I promise that it'll help you. I promise, okay? And these are the things that Dusty Martin, Patrick Dangerfield, Cyril Rioli, Scott Pendlebury, they're all doing regularly. They're all touching the balls regularly. They're not just great ball handlers or great skillful players because they want it to be one day, because they woke up and they were. So they do this stuff, and I promise you, if you do that, it'll be a great linchpin for the rest of your career. So, but mate, moving forward, we've got our carnival and our combine coming up. Really excited about those events, so make sure you get the documents off the system and prepare yourself for that at Essendon Footy Club and at Etihad Stadium. So two awesome venues. I'm really excited about coming along to the combine and watching and observing and really absorbing all of that is the AFL combine, which is the elite guys trying to find their way into an AFL environment. To expose you guys to that's a really exciting thing for us. And then the second one being obviously the carnival. So having an invitational squad, having our coaches out on the field, training you, and trying to put the things you've learned into practice where it matters in the heat of the battle. Okay, so that's so plenty still to go on, plenty of excitement and fun still to happen in our last event, which we're pumped about. If you need anything between now and the end of the year, please reach out. Please make sure you communicate. So call me on 0390 205655 or email me at academy@rookieme.com. If for some reason I'm not here or you can't get a hold of me straight away, I'll get a message and I will get back to you as quick as possible, okay? But mate, again, couldn't be prouder. The way you commit to when you come to an event, you get there and you're ready to roll. I love that as a trait in you. But also the way you go about the way you play, mate. You're a thrilling player to watch. And I'm excited. I'm really pumped that I got to work with you this year, and I'm excited to work with you further into the next challenge of the Pro Academy. All right, so take care, look after yourself. We'll see you at the start of October for the next event. See you, mate.